What goes on, guys? Sarcasm here, and today I have some TDM gameplay on the map Hard Hat using the UMP45 with rapid fire. And Hard Hat has a lot of close quarter encounters, and the map is kind of condensed overall. There's a lot of spawn points and high traffic areas that are relatively close to each other. There are a lot of maps in Modern Warfare 3 that are pretty condensed, especially compared to the other games, but this is one of the maps that are even more so condensed than the others. So this leads to a lot of close quarter encounters and just a lot of action in general. So the UMP45 is an SMG, and the SMG class really excels in close quarter situations. I think that's pretty obvious, but that's why I'm using it in this game. I know there's a lot of high traffic close quarter encounter areas, so I picked this gun and tried my best to stay within those areas. And I'm also using rapid fire, which further helps you out in close range because it obviously makes you shoot faster, which lets you kill faster, but the trade-off is that it increases the recoil and decreases your accuracy quite a bit, so you're gonna have a little bit of trouble getting those kills at medium to long range. So yeah, I picked the UMP45, and in this game I was just trying to stay around areas where I know there wouldn't be a long line of sight. I try to stay away from long lines of sight when I'm using an SMG, especially with rapid fire, and I just try to stay around the areas of the map that I know there's like either a lot of cover or just a lot of corners and turns, and I try to pick the areas that allow me the best advantage and the best chance of winning the gunfights that I get into. Now, this all starts off with the class setup from before the match even begins. So on certain maps and game types, there are guns that tend to lend themselves for better uses in those situations. So you obviously don't want to use guns that only excel at close range on a really empty long range map, and at the same time you don't want to use guns that only excel at long range for close range encounter maps such as Hard Hat. So in the class setup, before the game even starts, you want to take a look at the map, the game type, the situation in general, what's going on, and you want to make your decision based on that. If it's a close range map, obviously you want to stick to maybe the SMG shotguns, and if it's a long range map, maybe you want to use the assault rifles, or if you're feeling really lucky, the LMGs, and even the snipers. The snipers, I don't really want to get into that because I'm not a big sniper and I don't really know much about the snipers. I mean, I know what they do and everything, I know how they work, but I'm not the best sniper, so I don't feel like I can give tips on snipers. I'm not allowed to. I'm not sniper certified. But yeah, so pick the gun that kind of fits to the map and game type that you're trying to play, and then use the gun the way it's supposed to be used. So each gun and each gun class, like the assault rifles, SMGs, etc., all have a specific kind of niche. They're all designed with a certain thing in mind, and you want to play them the way they're meant to be used for the most part. Obviously, I don't think snipers are designed to, I don't think you're going to see people in the army running around quick scoping like bah bah bah. So I don't think that's why they were designed. But I mean, I'm not bashing the snipers, I'm just using that as an example. So there are exceptions, but for the most part, if you use a gun the way it's meant to be used, you're going to have success. That's just the way it works. So the SMGs, obviously you want to be staying close range situations. The assault rifles, they're pretty much meant for medium to long range situations, but they're probably the most versatile gun out of the group, out of any of them. So you can get away with using it at an even closer range or even really far range. It's not obviously recommended, but it can be done. The shotgun's pretty similar to the SMGs. You want to stay in close range situations, and you want to stay away from long range situations, but even more so because you have to be even closer to kill somebody than with the SMG, unless you're using a striker or something, or some shotguns with damage or range, but I don't want to get into that. But yeah, definitely stay away from long lines of sight. And the LMGs are kind of complicated. I don't really want to get into them in this video because they're in a whole separate category, and I'll explain that in a different video. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Final score 28-3. Bow!